Greetings from Christian News and Interviews. I'm just going to quickly share with you a gruesome story. I hate to bring bad news on a Sunday morning, but I wanted to share this story with you all coming out of New York. Okay, I'm going to quickly put this on share and go over the story with you. Okay, listen to this. Harvey Marcelin was the center of gossip. God, I cannot believe they're gossiping about this. But anyway, center of gossip on Saturday in Tompkins Square Park, where acquaintances marveled at the accused killer's alleged ability to dismember a human being while in a wheelchair. Now, if you look at this quote unquote beauty here, this beauty is a man with a wig. He's 83 years old, and he's been killing women he's killed 2 women so far. Why he was out on the street, I do not know, but he has now killed a 3rd woman. So he's a serial killer. Why the state of New York is putting serial killers out on the street, I do not know. But listen to this. Marcelin, 83, is a transgender woman and 2-time convicted killer charged this month with the gruesome dismemberment murder of Susan Layden, 68, of Brooklyn, who will be laid to rest in New Jersey. Now, this is what his friends, Harvey's friends, are gossiping about, and they seem to be in awe about this. Quote, "She was in a effing wheelchair," said John Gallagher, one of his acquaintances. "I don't even understand how okay, we're not even going to get into the fact that they're calling this man a she, okay? I don't even understand how she did what she did to the last one. She's so frail, even disposing the body the way she did. She must have had some type of help." Well, no, this monster didn't have any help. This monster did it by himself. Okay, listen to this. "I imagine it's not that easy, even with power tools, to dispose of a body. It seems like a lot for an 83-year-old to do in a wheelchair, nonetheless," said Gallagher, who claims Marcelin once told me that she wished she had been born a goat and that she was a satanic witch. "It was the weirdest thing I've ever heard." Well, therein lies the rub. This is a person who had tarot cards in her apartment. So I don't know if she was reading Layden's palm or if Layden was reading her palm. I don't know which way it was going, but there were tarot cards found. And tarot cards are oftentimes connected to witchcraft. So all of that goes together. I'm now going to go to the video. Before I do, though, Harvey Marcelin is obviously guilty. This man, who's being called a woman, but it's clearly a man, he has murdered 3 women. He is attracted to women. They are probably going to put him in a women's jail where he can continue to attack women. Now, if you run a Google search and just put in a search for male inmates attacking women in women's prisons, you'll come up with a variety of situations where women have been attacked by men in women's prisons. Because the way the laws are now, all a man has to do is declare himself a woman. It could be a man who's been a man all his life, but all he has to do is just tell a lie that he's a woman. He will then have access to women's prisons where he can go in there and do whatever he wants to do to women. Before I go to the video, listen to this. This is an example of a man who declared himself a woman, went into women's prisons and started raping people. Listen to this. Female prisoner says she was raped by a transgender inmate. Now, this is recent. This is 2020, but there's some more updated ones too. I just don't feel like pulling them all up. An inmate in Illinois' largest women's prison says she was raped by a transgender inmate who was transferred into her housing unit last year, and claims Illinois Department of Correctional Facilities officials conducted a sham investigation to help cover it up. I'm going to skip down a little bit. The transfer of transgender inmates from male to female prisons has been a contentious policy within IDOC. The plaintiff, Peoria-based attorneys, wrote in a 5-page complaint. This is not the only case like that. There's another case recently where a woman had a male so-called woman, transgender woman roommate, and she ended up pregnant. Now, how did that happen? So it's a problem. And I believe that this man, Harvey, is going to end up in women's jails, and he'll probably end up killing yet another woman. But anyway, let's listen to this video right quick.
A murder mystery, the search for the person who mutilated a woman in Brooklyn. Police tell us what appears to be a leg was found wrapped up in cypress.
Oh, that's an old one. Since then, he's been found. I'm sorry. Here's the most up-to-date one.
Gruesome new details in the case of the woman's body that was found dismembered and dumped on the street in Brooklyn.
The suspect, 83-year-old Harvey Marcelin, is now charged with murder. She spent the bulk of her life behind bars for killing 2 other women.
Notice that they're calling this man a she.
In Lower Manhattan with chilling new evidence in this case as detectives work to find out if there are any other victims out there. Antoine.
Teresa, the suspect has been out of jail since 2019, and the police say that they are looking at open cases to see if there is any connection. Police are releasing new details about the arrest of 83-year-old Harvey Marcelin, a transgender woman from Brooklyn, charged with second-degree murder, evidence tampering, and concealing a dead body.
Miss Harvey and another unknown female enter Home Depot in Manhattan. They purchase a Sawzall, trash bags, and cleaning solutions.
And police say this video shows Marcelin in her wheelchair days later buying supplies that were later used after the victim, 68-year-old Susan Layden, had been dismembered.
This is a gruesome and barbaric homicide, which resulted in a headless torso being disposed of on a New York City corner.
The investigation began last week when that torso was found in a shopping cart in Brooklyn near Atlantic and Pennsylvania Avenues, and a leg was found soon later.
Okay, I'm going to stop it there because this is disgusting. So this woman's family needs to sue the state of New York for letting a serial killer loose. She would still be alive had they not allowed this freak of nature to be let out into the streets to hurt more people, specifically to hurt more women. I will be staying up to date on this case. Stay tuned. I'm going to sign off now.